Hello everyone and welcome to another YouTube video. Today I'm drawing my OC's Mara and Eamon sister whose placeholder name is currently Johanna for the sake of being able to organize my drawings better in my desktop and all, and in like all the folders. English anyway, and the name Johanna may or may not be a Sweeney Todd reference and may or may not change. Anyway, I don't really know what to talk about in this video because, fun fact, I have to finish making a dress out of sheep wool and exam papers that I can dance in, and I have to choreograph a minute-long dance for tomorrow, so don't expect quality from this video because, you know, what's my channel if not quality? Do not look at my thumbnails. Anyway, so let's not talk about the things I'm stressed about. Let's talk about things that have happened that have been nice. So, I was in Italy last week with my school, so let's talk about that because, you know, content. So we went to Verona, Venice, and Gardaland, and we stayed in Lake Garda. It was fun, but I can't be the only person who feels like a complete asshole when I'm a tourist in another country. Like, if I could have made myself smaller, I would have. The only place I didn't feel like that was Gardaland because it's a theme park, and no one cares how loud tourists are in theme parks because the mascots will always be louder. And also there's screaming everywhere because, you know, roller coasters. If you're wondering what I went on, the answer is everything. That was open anyway. And my favorite ride was probably Oblivion, but I did like the Raptor and the Blue Tornado too. And I really liked spraying people on the water ride with water. For those of you who haven't been to Gardaland, there's basically this ride called the Jungle Rapids, and there's this bridge that it passes under, and on that bridge there's these cannons that if you put a 50 cent into, they'll spray water for 1 minute, and you can direct where the water sprays, so you can spray people that are riding the ride with water. So me and my friends definitely spent at least 10 minutes doing that. But anyway, other than that, thank you, Gardaland, for having places to put your bags on almost every ride, unlike some theme parks. Listen, how hard is it to leave some little cubbies outside the ride, or actually just having cubbies in general? You know, sorry that I don't feel safe with a shopping bag on a ride with multiple loops. I remember once my friend had bought, all her presents for her family when we were in a place that made a bad movie recently. Land. But she was too nervous to, keep it herself on the Indiana Jones ride. So I rode this ride with my own bag looped around my legs like you usually would, and then a shopping bag wedged as tightly as possible between them. Thank you, massive Winnie the Pooh teddy bear, for keeping that bag closed. Holy God. Could that have been solved by going back to the hotel first? Yes, but the wait time was 5 minutes, and that only ever happens once in a million years. So losing my friend's stuff was a risk I was willing to take. Just so we're aware, by the way, it was only clothes and plushies and soft things in the bag. Surprisingly, I'm not stupid enough to do this with mugs or keychains or figures in a bag. We're not getting a concussion today, boys. I don't know why they let you on Disneyland rides when you have shopping bags, but anyway, it's fine. However, I'm not the biggest, buy things person in theme parks anyway. Outside of theme parks, that's debatable. But when I'm usually in a separate country, I'm not that bad, because I am very worried. I have this fear about going broke in a different country, even though with the way, you can just send money to people nowadays. I shouldn't really be worried, but I am. So everything I usually buy fits in my little backpack. And with my shopaholic friend not in Italy with me, she goes to a different school, I didn't buy anything in Gardaland, and it was fine, even if I had the cubbies, so it would have been fine anyway on certain places. Anyway, Gardaland was probably my favorite day because I didn't feel guilty for having fun and exploring. If you're wondering where I felt the most guilty, that was Venice, because in fairness, Venice has been a small bit ruined by tourism. That's an understatement. I even dreaded going there, to be honest, and I wasn't at all surprised to find out that the very few Venetians that still live there are very sick of tourists. I was that makes perfect sense considering, just how packed the place was and just, how little people, were still living there that are actually from the place. As well as that, anyone who goes to one of the universities there has to commute over because of the housing prices, and on top of that, the entire area is surrounded by industrial areas. Having said that, it is a beautiful, although crowded city, and although it was probably my least favorite part of the trip because, crowds make me uncomfortable and I felt bad even just being there, one of my favorite parts of the trip was actually going into Murano glass there and seeing how, it was made and stuff, because my dad works in glass, specifically stained glass windows, so it was very interesting to see, a different type of craft that I hadn't actually, you see the videos on TikTok all the time, but I hadn't seen it in person, so it was very interesting. As for Verona, it was also fairly crowded, although it was more like Dublin levels crowded, so you had, a little bit of your own space. And during our free time, me and my friends went to a quiet cafe with amazing food, by the way, so the crowds never really got to me, if that makes sense. Anyway, I had a lot of fun overall, and I would go again. Even when I was in Venice, I did have fun. I did most of my shopping there, to be honest. And it was fine. All the places were fine. I never. There was a few things that happened over there, but that was just hard lads in your class being hard lads in your class and stuff. Okay, so. Speed paint. I actually drew a background. Whoa, crazy. Ignore the fact that it is the most simple background ever. Shush, it's a background, okay? And in any case, I'm not going to explain their backstory because I have before in a previous video, and I don't really see the point in it if I've already done it. If you really want to check it out, by the way, though, it is in my Mara video, and I think there's a bit about it in Eamon's video as well. And just a quick warning for gore and body horror, let's just say this is them before what happened. This is them before the backstory, if that makes sense. I don't know what to talk about now. I'm going to see Hosier in a while. I'm also going to see the Ghost movie, and I'm super excited for both of them. I'm done school on Wednesday, so yay, I can't wait to have free time. You have no idea. I also don't want to go into 5th year, though, but we'll push on for 2 more years, and I'm out, Actually, I have a fairly good school. I just want to be able to draw and work on my art because, it is what I want to do professionally, if I can. But, I don't hate school. It's fine. But in fairness, sometimes, especially in TY, it has been I'm just wasting my time when I could be working on stuff outside and actually being productive, my school is a very good TY program, but, no matter what in TY, there's going to be days you come in and you're just doing nothing. Which kind of sucks to a degree, because if I was told we're doing nothing today, I'd be like, okay, I'm not coming in then. Or, convince my parents. They probably wouldn't say yes, though, because they don't want me to go over the amount of days you can be absent for, which I get as well. Oh my god, I completely forgot. Has anyone seen Jojo Siwa in Disneyland on her 21st? I'm so convinced she's just not real anymore because, okay, listen. Maybe it's because in Ireland the legal drinking age is 18, and admittedly those rules are usually bent a bit because, Guinness. But, seeing a 21-year-old act like that in Disneyland of all places with her mother there, by the way, was flabbergasting. That should be out of your system by now, girly. No? Whatever, though, that's not my battle to fight, Anyway, yeah, let's just talk a bit about, this whole Jugga Chore thing. I am never doing anything like this again. Oh, God. My team... One member of my team made, the wool panels for the dress, and then that was it. But listen, at least he tried. That's, the way I see it. He wasn't, artsy or anything, and he's my friend as well, so I kind of understand. He wasn't artsy, he wasn't anything like that, but he still sort of said, listen, if you have anything you need me to do, I'll do it. And there was some things I had to redo because of him, but I didn't tell him that. But yeah, I kind of, other than the panels, I kind of did the entire thing by myself. And I really wish I'd gone with my original idea of making it mainly out of the paper. It would have worked out so much better for me. But I didn't do that because we were told to go with the wool because it was unique. Originally, the wool was just supposed to be little bits of it. And I really wish I hadn't listened. And I really wish I had just used the paper because, oh my god, this has been the most annoying thing ever, to be honest. And I can't wait for it to be over tomorrow, even if the entire thing falls apart while I'm wearing it, to be honest. I don't really care, and it won't anyway because it's a leotard. I use my old modern leotard as the base for it, so. Anyway, on that off-topic note, I'm going to leave this video here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Irish word of the week is dousa, which means dance.